Hi everyone, welcome back to DIY Geardo. Today we will show you how to replace the display screen with the frame on Motorola Moto G 5G 2024 mobile phone. Please check the description for the repair tools, protective gear and compatible parts. First, turn off the phone. To remove the back cover, you will need to soften the adhesive underneath. Place the phone with the back cover facing down on a heating pad and use the mobile phone heating option. Leave it till the process completes. If you do not have a heating pad, you can use a heat gun or hair dryer to warm the edges of the back cover. Be careful not to apply too much heat, as excessive heat can damage the back cover or internal parts. Once the adhesive is softened, use a suction cup to create a small gap between the back cover and the phone frame. The best place to start is usually near the bottom edge of the phone. In this guide, we are using a sharp tool, but you can use a suction cup to create a gap. Insert a plastic opening pick or pry tool into the gap. Slowly slide the tool around the edges to separate the adhesive. Take your time during this step and avoid pushing the tool too far inside, as this can damage internal components. Please note there is strong adhesive around the camera area, so carefully work around this section and gently release the adhesive. Once the adhesive is fully separated, carefully lift and remove the back cover. Next, verify the SIM tray is out. Next, remove the 18 screws holding the mid-frame. Next, use a plastic opening pick to create a small gap between the mid-frame and the phone housing. Start near the SIM card slot, as this is usually the easiest area. Slowly work around the edges to release the plastic clips. Be careful when lifting the mid-frame, as the fingerprint sensor still connected. Open the mid-frame to a 90-degree angle from right to left without straining the flex cable. Next, disconnect the battery connector, followed by the fingerprint sensor connector. And now you can remove the mid-frame from the body. Next, remove the parts from the damaged screen frame. First, remove the battery. Next, disconnect the main flex cable from the logic board and charging port board and then remove it. Next, disconnect the display connector and then peel back the adhesive covering the earpiece area. Apply gentle heat if needed. Next, disconnect the two antenna connectors from the logic board. And then carefully remove the logic board from the frame. Next, apply gentle heat and remove the earpiece speaker, followed by the power and volume button flex. Next, move to the bottom and remove the loudspeaker. Next, disconnect the secondary display flex cable and then remove the charging port board with the two antenna cables attached. Finally, remove the vibration motor from the frame. Now, all the reusable parts have been removed from the damaged screen frame. When choosing a replacement screen, there are several options available. The best option is usually an original service pack screen with the frame. You can also buy an original screen without the frame, but installation takes more time and can be more difficult. Also, durability may be an issue. There are also refurbished, used, and aftermarket screens available with and without the frame. For an easier and more reliable repair, I recommend choosing a screen that comes with the frame. This makes the replacement process much easier and also more durable. Next, transfer the remaining parts to the new screen frame. First, install the power and volume button flex along the side of the frame. Next, install the earpiece speaker. And then carefully align and place logic board into the frame. Next, secure the earpiece adhesive and connect the main display connector to the logic board. Next, install the vibration motor. And then place the charging port board with the antenna cables attached and connect the secondary display flex cable to the charging port board. Make sure the antenna cables are routed correctly through the side opening and then connect them to the logic board. Next, install the main flex cable and connect it to the both charging port board and the logic board. Finally, apply the battery adhesive and install the battery to the frame. Next, hold the mid frame at a 90-degree angle and connect the fingerprint plug to the logic board. Next, connect the battery plug. Once connected, carefully close the mid frame into place. Next, position the mid frame back onto the body and align it properly. Press gently around the edges to snap it into place. Make sure all the clips are secured. In this stage, you can turn on the device for testing. And then secure the mid frame by adding the 18 screws. Next, before installing the main back cover, ensure it has enough glue. If not, use B7000 glue or new double-sided back cover adhesive. Finally, secure the rear cover to the frame using bonding clips. Leave the clips in place for a while to allow the adhesive to bond, and then you can remove the clips. Hope you have enjoyed the repair guide. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Please like, share and subscribe for more repair guides.